Good evening, America. Thank you for tuning in to Watching Washington. I'm Sam Frank.
And I'm Morgan Kane. Let's dive into this week's top stories. A high-stakes meeting between the United States and Russia in Riyadh has left Ukraine on edge and Europe scrambling.
We're going to appoint a high-level team from our end to help negotiate and work through the end of the conflict in Ukraine in a way that's enduring and acceptable to all the parties engaged.
Ukraine will not participate. Ukraine knew nothing about them. Ukraine perceives any negotiations about Ukraine without Ukraine as those with no results.
Top diplomats from Washington and Moscow met in Saudi Arabia to discuss resenting relations and potential paths to peace in Ukraine. While no breakthrough was announced, Russia secured a partial return to diplomatic normalcy, with both sides agreeing to restore embassy staffing levels. However, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed outrage after learning about the talks to the media, canceling a planned trip to Riyadh and slamming deals making without Kyiv involvement. Meanwhile, Europe is grappling with mixed signals from Washington. Just days after Trump envoy suggested Europe would be excluded from peace talks, the U.S. now insists the continent remains a key player. With Russia still making slow but steady advances on the battlefield, experts say time is on Vladimir Putin's side as uncertainty and division among Ukraine's allies continue to grow.
President Trump has made some interesting remarks regarding Ukraine President Zelensky this past week. According to the Associated Press, on Wednesday, President Trump referred to Vladimir Zelensky as a dictator without elections in a post on Truth Social. This was most likely as a rebuttal to the president of Ukraine claiming that Trump is living in a world of Russian disinformation. Then, before his rant on Truth Social, President Trump reported from Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday that Ukraine should have never started the war, according to the Associated Press.
When they want a seat at the table, you could say the people have to, wouldn't the people of Ukraine have to say, like, you know, it's been a long time since we've had an election. That's not a Russia thing. That's something coming from me and coming from many other countries also. But today I heard, oh, well, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal.
President Trump also believes he has a good chance of ending the war after his administration has met with Russian officials in Saudi Arabia, where Zelensky was not present.
A Delta Airlines flight landing in Toronto, Ontario crashed as it arrived at Pearson Airport. On the plane's initial touchdown on the runway, parts of the aircraft separated and a fire began. The crash ended with the plane fully upside down. Despite all of this, it had been confirmed that everyone on the flight survived the crash, although only 2 had been released from the hospital. Over 20 investigators from the Transportation Safety Board are investigating the crash in an attempt to find the cause. TSB members are also receiving help from members of the Federal Aviation Administration and local police. To help out the passengers, Delta Airlines is offering $30,000 to each passenger of the flight. Should they all accept, Delta will have given away $2.2 million to those on the flight.
Many minors who migrate to the U.S. Will soon be on their own in the court system. The Trump administration has ordered legal service providers to stop working with unaccompanied migrant children. The Department of Interior sent the order to the Acacia Center of Justice. That's a nonprofit that says it assists nearly 26,000 children released from the custody of the Office of Refugee Resettlement. While it's a non-governmental organization, the Acacia Center receives funding from federal government. Migrant rights advocates say the move will force minors to represent themselves in an immigration court. Years ago, Congress enacted the bipartisan TVPRA to protect unaccompanied children seeking safety in the U.S. This law ensures that they will receive legal representation, preventing deportation, trafficking, and exploitation without due process. Many qualify for permanent statuses, and attorneys help to uphold their rights, connect them to vital services, and protect them from exploitation. This order, however, is unlikely to impact the children who are already represented and leave unrepresented children vulnerable.
As strange as it sounds, Kentucky Fried Chicken is leaving Kentucky. The fast food giant is owned by parent company Yum, who is relocating KFC's corporate headquarters to Texas in a move that reflects a growing trend among major corporations. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, many companies across the U.S. have moved their corporate office locations, considering factors such as space requirements, tax incentives, and workforce efficiency. Yum and its brands have also announced that it is calling back all remote employees back to in-person work, consolidating operations in Texas. The decision follows similar moves by large corporations seeking lower taxes and returning to normal standards in a post-COVID world.
In a significant leadership change, U.S. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy has announced his intention to step down after nearly 5 years at the helm of the Postal Service. Appointed in the summer of 2020 during President Trump's administration, DeJoy's tenure was marked by challenges including the COVID-19 pandemic, a surge in mail-in ballots during elections, and efforts to address financial losses through cost-cutting measures. His 10-year plan aimed to modernize operations and achieve financial stability, but faced criticism for potential service slowdowns, especially in rural areas. DeJoy has requested the Postal Service Board of Governors to initiate the search for his successor, pledging a smooth transition.
Up next, the Trump administration has fired 1,000 National Park Service employees. What this means for the future of our national parks.
Plus, 7 men have been arrested for nationwide burglaries targeting professional athletes. Find out which big names were affected. Stay with us for more on Watching Washington, coming up next.
Hola from Spain. G'day, mates.
Buenos dias. Bonjour.
Hello from South Korea.
I'm studying abroad in Valencia, Spain this semester. I'm studying abroad in Sydney, Australia.
I'm studying abroad in Madrid, Spain.
Studying at Seoul National University.
At Issai Super-Héros in Toulouse, France.
And I'm really getting to enjoy meeting all the new people and the culture.
How different it is from Purdue University.
It is an absolutely fantastic experience.
I'm living my best life.
I can't wait to see you guys all overseas soon. A bientôt.
Adios.
Nos vemos de España.
I'm Rachel. I'm 19 years old. I'm a sophomore in computer engineering here at Purdue, and I'm the president of DAO. So DAO stands for Dance All Out, and it's kind of like a community where all dancers of different skill levels and artists have a space to express themselves and be artists and perform. We perform at things like the AAA Night Market and the VA, the Variation Showcase at the end of the semester. We even had our own showcase last year, and that was really exciting. DAO not only offers like weekly classes and performance opportunities, but kind of like a really strong community / family to do it with. When people talk about college, or when you see in like coming of age movies, it's all about like the main character finding like the place where they belong, whether it's in school or like extracurricular or like with their friends or another hobby. But like this could be the place where you find like your coming of age moment, and like it could be the place where you discover like a big part of your life.
Three, two, one.
Welcome to Fast Track News.
Speaking in front of students, I believe this is a great opportunity if you want to take a first step into the sports field. At Purdue, there's Big Ten Plus, but also Lafayette Aviator is the other biggest broadcast stream in the area. It's a perfect choice for someone, you know, if you have not have a plan yet in the summer, well, stay on campus, take the class, join the broadcast team at Aviators. I mean, really, it's summertime. It's summertime. It's baseball season. there are just so much fun you can do over there.
In a significant move, the Trump administration has terminated approximately 1,000 National Park Service employees as part of a broader federal workforce reduction led by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. These layoffs have raised concerns about the maintenance and operation of national parks, with a potential impact on visitor services and local economies dependent on tourism.
They're distressed. They think the national parks aren't going to function well this summer and spring break. And the people that we're losing are critical staff with expertise. These are folks that do search and rescue. These are water treatment operators. These are people who welcome staff at the visitor centers. So a loss of these folks will mean that the parks will not be well staffed this summer and spring break.
Advocates have criticized the decision, emphasizing the severe repercussions for park operations, visitor experiences, and the economic stability of surrounding communities. Visitors are advised to prepare for changes in park services and to stay informed about potential impacts on their travel plans.
7 men have been charged in connection to a series of burglaries targeting professional athletes across the country. Prosecutors say they're Chilean nationals and part of a highly organized group. While Milwaukee Bucks forwarded Bobby Portis was on the NBA court last November, authorities say a team of burglars were stealing nearly $1.5 million worth of property out of his home. The hit was detailed as a newly unsealed federal criminal complaint. In it, an FBI agent shares a selfie obtained through a warrant showing the alleged members of the Chilean South American theft group. They smile as they show off their loot, including luxury watches and a safe. Investigators suspect some of these men also hit the Kansas City home of the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the tight end Travis Kelce in October. According to the court's records, they have traveled around the country to the homes of pro athletes using fake IDs to rent cars and get hotel reservations. If convicted, they could face a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison.
President Donald Trump has unveiled plans to impose new tariffs on imported vehicles, pharmaceuticals, and semiconductors, aiming to reduce trade deficits and boost domestic production. He says the formal announcement will come on April 2nd, which is the day after the previously stated deadline for an investigation into reciprocal tariffs. Economy and industry experts have warned the steep new tariffs could have far-reaching effects and hurt consumers and businesses with higher prices and cost. Consumers are expected to be affected most by the new import taxes on cars, as prices could jump by thousands of dollars. Pharmaceutical companies also expect supply chain disruptions and potential cost increases on key medication.
I'm going to be announcing tariffs on cars and semiconductors and chips and pharmaceuticals, drugs and pharmaceuticals, and lumber probably, and some other things over the next month or sooner. And it's going to have a big impact on America. We're bringing our businesses back. If they don't make their product in America, then they have to pay a tariff. But if they do make their product in America, they don't have to pay any tariff.
Companies and industry leaders are watching closely to see how the latest round of tariffs will impact the U.S. and global economy.
Rapper A$AP Rocky has been found not guilty of firing a gun at former friend and collaborator Terrell Efron, also known as A$AP Real. Really? Rocky faced 2 felony accounts of assault with a deadly weapon. Los Angeles jury deliberated for nearly 3 hours and then ruled in Rocky's favor after the prosecutors failed to provide clear evidence that he actually fired the weapon.
We, the jury of the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rakeem Mayers, not guilty of
His legal team argued that the case was built on speculation, not facts. Following the verdict, Rocky thanked his family, team, and fans for their support. With the legal battle behind him, he's expected to focus on music and projects. The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office has not yet commented on the possible appeal.
Apple has just revealed the iPhone 16e, an exciting new addition to the iPhone 16 family, offering top-tier performance at an affordable price. Officially introduced on February 19, it is the most budget-friendly model in the lineup, starting at just $599. The iPhone 16e features a powerful A18 chip, a 48-megapixel camera system, and long battery life. It also introduces satellite connectivity, including emergency distress and roadside assistant. The new model is available for pre-order today, February 21st, and shipping begins on February 28th. iPhone 16e will be available in both black and white finishes. As part of the iPhone 16 family, it further underscores Apple's commitment to delivering high-quality, easy-to-use smartphones.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching.
See you next time on Watching Washington.